segregated gigs in the South and Tennessee in the 30s and the 40s. And here they're playing for a white audience in Remus, Michigan, in front of 3,000 or 4,000 people, and they're loving it. The band and the people. They're seeing. United. Yeah, they're just seeing. It was. I don't want to say it was a rediscovery because they never really went away, but they had a resurgence at that time, I think. Yeah. And we were just so lucky to be in that path of a place where they thought, oh, some of our friends have talked about this. This might be a good place to go play and get some new fans. Mm-hmm. Even in their their 60s and 70s, and I think about hard living. I mean, I lived a pretty charmed life compared to some of those guys. It was tough. I'm sure it was tough for them, but they persevered and they kept playing music right up to the day they died. So.
Well, you were bringing in the story of the radio show in CMU, and your show began soon.
Yeah, well, right. It was right around. Yes, I think it was. Yeah, I would say 83, 84 was when I started doing that, and it all circled back around to John Scheffler wanting traditional music on public radio, like a local show. Mm-hmm. I'm sure there was that time when a Prairie Home Companion was just
How did you get in with those guys with the radio?
Well, because I was part of the Wheatland Music Organization.
Because of Wheatland. Okay.
And so there's this connection relationship that just keeps going on and on. Yeah. And John invited some of those folks, including me, to the station, had a little meeting and says, this is what I want to do. I want to, create a local music program. You don't have to run any of the equipment. There'll be a board operator there. You just, you get to bring in some of your music. If you've got some of that, or we have some in our library. I mean, the library is extensive today. It's huge. But the fact is that he said, I want to do this on a Saturday night from 9 until 11. We need something to fill there. Because I think it was, I'm guessing around that time, I think maybe a Prairie Home Companion was kind of on at that time period. He wanted to kind of continue that traditional music block, if you will. And so it was going to be live. So there was probably a half a dozen of us initially that said, yeah, that sounds like fun. We could do this. And then I think over a relatively short period of time, maybe